Hello everyone to a new YouTube video. In this one we're gonna do a breakdown of EUR/USD buys that I know a lot of people and especially good traders have taken. I also called this trade inside my mentorship groups, which if you stay until the end you'll see I will talk about the updates and basically how I decided to run things moving forward, because a lot of people have been requesting education and I'm willing to provide that, and also analysis and trade. So stay until the end. I will go over what services I'm gonna offer moving forward, and also I'm gonna start recording a free course for everyone to take. So that's gonna take probably a few weeks when I have the time, but let's get into the breakdown. So basically we are EUR/USD 4 hour, and we have been in a downtrend for quite a while. So very simple charts, nothing major. If we look at the daily, yeah, we've been in a constant downtrend. I started looking for buys in this area when we came into this daily flip zone. Obviously buys didn't hold. This was NFP, came down, and then also here we established equal lows, so I was kind of waiting for it, and then CPI came down into my area of interest, and this is where I started to look for buys. Now my overall bias for EUR/USD is first target above these highs. It should pass this week, and then probably moving towards 1.09 if we can align bullish once again. If we go down on the 4 hour time frames, so as I said, NFP here was a nice buy from the flip area. NFP came, straight drop, took the lows, established equal lows, gave a nice reaction, and then a continuation with CPI, which was a sell also. Now at this point, this is where I started looking for buys, and this is where the first buy trade was sent. But unfortunately I didn't make the decision to close it because I didn't like the reaction, and as you can see, price ran. Now this decision was made for the guys that also took the trade. Me personally, I did hold trade, and I'm still holding some partials from this area, and then the next trade which I'm gonna show you now. So the idea is very simple. It's always market structure. Price is going down, bearish order flow, takes out liquidity. We got all the news out the way. We came right into this 4 hour zone where price started a push. You see we have this area, we had the imbalance that was closed, price came there and then gave a nice reaction. So let's go over the first trade. I'm gonna open Discord now and show you guys. So here we have the Discord chat with NFX trades. We did have an early buy which was stopped out at 1/4% before going in towards take profit 1. That was just risk management. So this is the second buy that I was talking about, EUR/USD buy 1.07130. So this was right after CPI drop price. I was expecting for it, and stop loss was around 1.069. So basically price came with CPI right here, took the highs, and then it was a very big drop, almost 100 pips on EUR/USD. So came right into the zone. And my bias, my overall 4 hour plan was to buy from those areas, because we've had big impulses to the downside with no real retracement. So I kind of knew that the retracement was gonna come in just after the news. So price came here, and basically I entered 130. Stop loss was 1.69. So yeah, I think that was stop loss. Let's check. 1.069. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting price to go lower than this because from a fundamental standpoint, also technical analysis, it didn't make sense for EUR/USD to go more down. So I was trying to get as many buys as possible inside these areas, because again, if we look at weekly is very important. Right, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks with no retracement. So we had a big drop. We came, liquidated these weekly lows. You see here, one weekly low, second weekly low, and then I was kind of expecting this area to at least give a reaction. So that's why I was looking for a lot of buys inside this area. Now, I will go over what I'm expecting next, because this weekly candle is very good for further buys, because we closed above this candle's closing here. We had the first week, second week, we could have the third week, and then start flipping and moving bullish for the next week. But let's go back to the trade. So right here, the first trade that I entered, and targets were usually, as I said, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, but overall target was 1.08. So that would have been a 1 to 3.79. Now we had a nice reaction, see, but I did call a break-even close, because I was basically expecting price to come with CPI and then have an immediate reaction to take profit 1, close the trade, and then look the next day to re-enter. Because usually when we have a big impulse move to the downside or upside. We have, if price is gonna go up and continue from that point, we usually have a nice reaction for about 20-30 pips, take profit one, smashed, and then price is gonna come back down, take the lows, and then the next day is gonna continue. So that's what I saw based on my data, and I knew that's gonna happen. As I said, wanted a quick pullback to take profit one, but there's no holding overnight because price basically tried to go up and then kind of playing the route break even. So this is where I called break even close, and you see price went into drawdown, Asia range, and then next day exactly what I was expecting to happen happened because price took Asia high and then had a drop with London open. I was looking at the 1.07 level right there and to basically get touched because you see yesterday we created equal lows. 1.07 is a strong institutional level, so usually it doesn't leave it untapped, especially Euro USD. So I was kind of expecting this to happen. I really wanted to call a trade here, to be honest. Have like 20 pip stop loss and the risk would have been huge because I wasn't expecting price to go lower than this point, but I kind of didn't want to call it. Instead, I did enter on my main portfolio. So this was a trade that I took basically on all my accounts at 1.07. Guys, market, like trading is just, it's a little bit of psychology and I don't know, it's just market feeling, right? You had drops, you had USD being going bearish for so long. This was the point where a retracement needs to happen. So if everything aligns, such as, you know, my higher time frame area of interest, the 4-hour, Asia low being taken, the whole, you see the whole imbalance left to basically retrace. So it was a no-brainer trade for me. So that's why I entered. You had the institutional level, price came there, stayed in that area, and then price started to move up, and then basically we had a 30 pip move here. Now I did take this trade on my funding pips account, and as you guys know, the trades were deleted. So unfortunately I had like 15 lots opened here on that account, so it would have been a big trade, but you know, this is the risk. If you didn't watch my previous video where I exposed a prop firm for scamming me for 30k, you should go ahead and watch it. But yeah, moving on, that was my trade, and as you can see, the signal would have still be play out because it did go into drawdown, but then price started moving into profits, and then basically take profit two would have been hit 1 to 2, and then keep holding the rest of it. So this was the first trade. It was a bit risky for me to have the trade open for other people in the mentorship because I don't really like them to be exposed to the risk that I can be exposed to, because if I would have been stopped out, I could just re-enter with a better risk reward. So I kind of let it go, and then Thursday we had a big push to correct basically most of the imbalance, and this is the point where my bias kind of started forming, because as you can see, 4-hour did give a nice reaction. So we had that change of character here, 4-hour candle down, bearish close, and the next candle started moving, bullish engulfing. We created a support here above these highs, another impulse, and now we created a V-shape on 4-hour time frame and also daily, which means that price is most likely gonna move up. Now next day, so this daily candle closed, and this is where understanding higher time frame bias is very important, because you see created a V-shape recovery. Price was looking like it could go up. So if price does come to retest, you see the wicks from where price started moving up, then the daily candle will probably flip and start going bullish, which is exactly what happened. Now looking at 4-hour, we see we had this area of consolidation here where price then had an impulse to the upside. I like marking the wicks just before the impulse move, and as you can see, it respected very nicely. So this is where we had news. So I went down at the higher time frames. I even posted this as an analysis. So if people are not in the mentorship, they have the normal course, or they're gonna have the plan that I'm gonna present at the end. You see I said Euro USD 1-hour plan was basically here. So price was ranging. I was expecting a drop. First I was expecting a drop inside this area, but it came lower, so it did come into that area, and then a move up towards 1.08 basically, which is probably gonna happen. So this was also gold, which played out nicely, the pullback, and then also USD. I was expecting basically pullbacks the whole week, but this is when we had news. So USD news, price did consolidate the whole day, took out Asia high. Now at this point I didn't really like buys. I was waiting for price to see if it can wick down, and that's what I told basically everyone to wait for. News came in, price dropped fast, and this is where I called the entry on Friday. So you see here, buy Euro USD. exactly with news. So when news started going down, it was in my entry area. So I was like, let's go for it, have a stop loss. You see my stop loss was 25 pips. So quite a large stop loss if you think about it. I do like this type of trades because it does give room to go for. I've been in the position where I was trading smaller stop losses and I was getting stopped out all the time before pricing going my way. So I decided to just go for higher stop losses and just let the trade play out for a 1-to-1, 1-to-2, right? That's more than enough on $4 or $5 million of capital. If you make 1-2% per month, that's almost 80-70k, right? So I called the entry when price was going down. If we look at the lower time frames, price came down. I could have waited a bit more for it to come lower, but I was kind of expecting price to retrace after this candle. That's why you see if I had a 10 pip stop loss, stopped out, price moving my way. That way I covered the whole area, and I did cover a little bit of this Asia low in case price wanted to overextend and wick that and then come back. So just a safety measure, right? And usually TP1 is 1-to-1, TP2 is 1-to-2, and then TP3 is higher time frame basically target. Price did go into drawdown, so as usual people they start panicking when price is going into drawdown. But yeah, it was looking good at around 30 minutes later. So price came down. You see the entry. Again, I'm not using anything specific. I'm not using the 50% of the candle, or I'm not using this level or this level. You see how clean my charts are. When price is coming into my area where I probably will see a retracement or a reaction, I'm just gonna enter there, put my stop loss where it invalidates, because if price kept closing below, then most likely would continue lower. So there's no point in keeping that trade. And I just enter the trade, right? That's my position. I'm not doing anything complicated, and that's what I teach inside NFX trading all the time. All my students, they've been taught to understand the whole market, but to go for simple stuff, because that's what works best, and that's how I basically managed to reach high amount of capital, have these big payouts, have these all interviews, and also get scammed by prop firms. So price came down, we entered, we held towards drawdown. Now I was expecting price to, because usually when we have news at 3:30 Romania time, which is basically 30 minutes before New York Open and 1 hour before true New York Open, price usually plays around, and then when New York Open kicks in, then it goes my way. So we could have just waited and enter after, but I didn't really care. I just wanted to execute the position and let it run. So drawdown, price came back here. The rectangle is New York Open, so New York Open happened. Price created a new 4-hour low, right, as we can see here. We created a new 4-hour low, and then price started to move quite aggressively after. So came back to retest. Price, you see the structure being formed bullish, another retest. We could have entered here the flip zone. When price basically retested, created a new high, came to retest the flip zone. That could have been my entry. Entry here, stop loss here, better risk reward. It's fine either way. So price corrected the whole move. It went higher, and at this point I was pretty sure price was gonna head towards take profit 2. It did come close, around 8 pips away, but yeah, there was no reason to basically close at take profit 1 at a 1-to-1. So this was take profit 1 hit. There was not really any point. I did close some at this high because it was getting close to market close, and yeah, 15 minutes just took this high, given the retracement, and 1 hour is looking very nice for a move up next week towards 1.08, and then maybe correct this NFP move as well, and maybe we can move even higher. This trade has brought me around, let's say, from this area until this area, everything that I closed around 40 something thousand, 40-50k, and I still have trades running. I think I have maybe 40-50 lots across multiple accounts still running from this entry point, running towards these highs here. So if that hits, if price pumps to, let's say, 1.082, that's gonna be an additional 40 something thousand. So this setup can bring me 100k, which I'm blessed, because not more than a month ago I made a video where I basically talked about, you know, losing half of my funding, being on a losing streak, and this really brings me back on my feet, really brings me back the confidence that, you know, if I keep executing my trades, if I keep trading my system without looking at numbers, I will be profitable in the long term. So capital is back up, trades are in profit, payouts are secured, everything is good, right? So why I made this video, not to brag or you know, shout out my signals or whatever, because that's not the point. The point is that trading needs to be simple. And if you watch these breakdowns, I know breakdowns don't bring that many views, not as much as platform drama or whatever, but it's very important to understand how a profitable trader thinks, because market trading is quite simple once you understand, and you don't really look at having the best risk reward, the best entry, the sniper entry, whatever. It just matters the idea behind it, and to have a proper risk reward. 1 to 1, 1 to 2 is more than enough. Maintain a high risk reward, high win rate, and that's it. So my anticipations basically for next week is for price to come, feel some of this imbalance, and then based on market structure, so if 4 hour just consolidates. I know Monday is a bank holiday, so maybe we're not gonna have that move, but I would like to see price moving inside this area, and then based on reaction here, if we keep forming, you know, areas, we can start moving even higher, and then we can flip weekly. Next weekly we can close bullish, and then we can start moving towards the highs again, which would be amazing, because dollar could finally go down. So this was the trade breakdown. Now the announcement that I want to make, if you're not familiar, I do have my website, which is tradingnfx.com, where I basically did make a course based on the request and the mentorship. The mentorship has access to those trades that you see, but now I decided to leave that, basically not make it so expensive, let's say. Just wanted to make something more affordable for people that can join month by month. So now I am on wap.com/NFX, basically NFX trading. And now basically what I did is we're gonna have a monthly subscription, same as all the other traders do, because it's easier to keep track of people, it's easier to work with them, you know, to help them develop. We have 2 packages. So we have the NFX trading basic and the advanced. The basic, you get access to the course, which at the moment has 36 videos that go over psychology, trading, what I used to trade, and how to approach platforms. I will add more videos. We're gonna have the private community, access to all updates and videos, daily analysis and breakdown. As you saw, the analysis that I post usually daily, to show you what I'm expecting on dollar, EU, GU, gold, right? And yeah, basically that's it. And the advanced package, we will also have a weekly Zoom call, which I'm gonna start with everyone inside. One-to-one support. Everyone that has questions obviously can ask me, and I will also post some personal trade ideas as signals, as you saw with this USD trade. Now, if you're looking just for signals, please do not join, because that's not the point. Signals do bring a lot of pressure on myself, so that's not the point of the membership. The point of the membership is to learn how to trade, how to be, you know, how to be able to make yourself money based on what I did to become profitable, to have all these millions in funding, to make all this money from prop firms. That's my model. That's how I'm gonna teach you guys. But I do provide when I see a very good setup like this EUR/USD one that I'm usually taking, I will post it, because why not? If I have a very high confidence in it, as you probably saw, there's not a lot of trades, so maybe 3, 4 trades, 5 trades per month, 1 to 2s, nothing much, but it's gonna help you make some profits if you go for that. So that's the 2 main packages in English. Then I'm also gonna have my Romanian course and mentorship, because I'm just starting out in English education. Only 36 videos. I'm gonna keep uploading until we make 100 videos of content going over everything that you need to become profitable. So there's the 2 packages. It is live now, so all you have to do is go to basically wap.com/NFX, choose your package. You're gonna get access to the course and also the Discord access, where we're gonna have the chats, the analysis, the trades, and everything. So once again, thank you guys for all of the support on this channel. We're close to 20k subscribers, which is insane. My goal until the end of the year is to potentially reach 100k. So please let me know what more content you wanna see from this channel. From what I've seen, people love when I talk open, you know, not filtered, no professional videos where I just talk about my experience. I talk about prop firms that maybe had bad experience. I will make some videos with prop firms that I've had good experience, and also other prop firms that I've had bad experiences, how you can approach it, because as I said, that's what helped me make a lot of money from trading, and that's what I believe everyone can do. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see